Good gracious. Look at that disaster. And where do we even start? That's a Chrysler air temp. That son of a gun has been around forever. Wow. That's crazy. Guess there's a first time for everything. My first time working on a Chrysler. The door is frozen. Alright. What have we here? Besides the debacle. Okay. Yes, this is a hammer. Don't tell me I'm using a pair of snips instead of a hammer. What do you know? That's crazy. These caps have been on here since 1948, and I just broke one. What an ass I am. I kind of figured I wasn't going to see much of a pressure. Not at all. Let's see. I don't know, but this is waterproof, safe and healthy. Safe and healthy. That's weird. This should be frozen solid. At least that's what I would think. 2. I don't know, anybody know what that model number is? That's super nice. So we got 2 systems down actually. This one is the big green carrier tied to the train, and we got 0 there, 0, 0. I think I just had the damn thing on amps. Volts. 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 Doesn't matter if I had it on amps or not. I got no juice after the fuses. Volts. 0. 0. Okay, so wherever the breaker is where we need to go, but let's see if we've got something going on across the compressor. Let's see here. Ohmage. Two, 1, 2, 0. Let's see what we got to ground. Alright, so to me, if you've got a tripped breaker and resetting that breaker with the compressor disconnected allows the system to run, you've got a dead compressor. With it matched up to that old green carrier air handler, I'm not surprised in them at all. So what we're going to do is disconnect, and then we're going to hit the power back onto the contactor to the compressor and play with it with the amp clamp on it. When we fire it up and see what we're pulling, I'll bet we're pulling lock rotor. Come on, you son of a bitch. Here goes nothing. She doesn't even get a chance to try. No amps, no nothing, just boom. Yep. She's not even locked. She's dead. Alright. Well, that one's done. Alright, so we got some natural thawing going on here. And we've put a pound in it. See how that goes. We could get a little bit more in it, but it's so dang slow. So we're gonna fire it up, see what happens as I walk all over my temperature clamps. This is so stupid to even spend any money on this thing. I really don't understand people. Just recharge it, man. Just recharge it. Really? We got some good heat over there, but well, you guys saw the liquid line on this thing going into a 13-seer evaporator coil, so there's no chance that I'm going to get any kind of reasonable readings on this. I think the best I'll be able to do is get make sure my evaporator temperature is over freezing. Alright, so this call ran across a ancient Chrysler air conditioner, and it is so mismatched and everything else that it's not even worth the trouble of. I should have just got saturation above 32, but the other system had a grounded compressor, and it's matched up to an air handler that's as old as the Chrysler Air probably. So you run across some of those every once in a while that you get them to cool simply because if you try to make them right, you actually have to make a repair. So like Steve Lav says, you deal with the real world, and not everything is perfect superheat, perfect subcool, and a good repair. I hate those systems because I feel like I'm doing a disservice to the customer by fixing something that shouldn't be fixed. There's no logic to spending money on a unit that's 40 years old. The only thing I can imagine money would be worthwhile would be if you were restoring it for a museum. But at that point, it doesn't matter if it works. So just rip it out, wax it up, and throw it in. But anyway, yeah, that's life in the real world.